It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Wednesday, the 20th of November. This is James Spann. Alabama with a tremendous soaking yesterday. The rains are mostly gone this morning, and we're going to be dry for a while. But the big story, the coldest air so far this season, beginning to arrive tomorrow into Friday and Saturday. Let's talk about it. Here's the upper air look early this morning. You can see the trough north and west of the state. That was the dynamic support for the big rains we had yesterday. But a punch of dry air will move in here during the day today. Now, this morning, there's nothing showing up on radar. The big rains we had yesterday well to the east. There's probably some drizzle around in spots with low clouds and fog. Drizzle too light to be seen by radar, but we're expecting a clearing sky today, and most everybody should be in sunshine this afternoon. Got some upper 50s on the western side of the state where there's been some clearing. We have 60s over East Alabama. Most spots are in the 60s. We'll stay in the 60s today as cool air begins to move in. We'll check the watch warning map around the nation. How about some blizzard warnings for parts of Washington state? There's that super storm that's off the Pacific Northwest coast, producing a lot of wind, mountain snow there. Winter storm warnings for parts of North Dakota, wind advisories for parts of the High Plains states, and I see a winter storm warning for the mountains of West Virginia. Our friends up at Snowshoe Mountain will love that for the snow skiers. And around here's a dense fog advisory for parts of northeastern Mississippi and parts of Middle Tennessee. No severe storms expected around the nation today. Tomorrow, not a single thunderstorm across the entire lower 48. And the same thing on Friday. That's a sign of that colder, stable air coming in here. So this is rain for the next 7 days. And this is valid through Wednesday morning of next week, and this is basically showing nothing south of Interstate 20. There could be some rain around Tuesday of next week for the northern third of the state, maybe a quarter to a half inch for the Tennessee Valley. And beyond that, a lot of questions about Thanksgiving. We'll take a look at modeling here in just a second. Tropics, I think we're done with it. Hurricane season wraps up in 10 days. So model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 4. You can see that cold vortex setting up north of the state. And again, we're expecting a clearing sky today, the sky becoming partly to mostly sunny. A good north breeze kicks in. And for the northern half of the state, temperatures will likely hold in the 60s all day. We'll see low 70s in South Alabama. Tomorrow, colder air continues to drop southward. Highs drop in the 50s over North Alabama with a brisk north wind. The sky will be sunny. And look at the snow up north. Snow for Chicago, Indianapolis, Cincinnati. Again, the mountains of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, parts of New York State getting their first snowflakes of the season. This is Friday. Now, some folks in the Tennessee Valley, the Shoals, Scottsboro, Athens, Huntsville, you might stay in the 40s all day. 50s elsewhere. The sky will be sunny. And again, that's going to set up a pretty cold night Friday night. For the high school football playoff games, temperatures should be in the 40s for those games. And again, the coldest morning should be Saturday morning. Everybody goes in the 30s. We'll have frost all the way down to the Gulf Coast and a freeze for parts of North Alabama. Lows in the upper 20s to mid-30s across the state. Saturday will be a sunny day with highs in the upper 50s and low 60s. A perfect day for college football. Sunday, we're dry. Now, Sunday morning's going to be cold. We start the day in the 30s. The high go back in the 60s. And then Monday, as we begin Thanksgiving week, evidence some showers might try and creep into North Alabama Monday night, but much of the state dry. Monday's high should be around 70, maybe low 70s. And then Tuesday, a surface front will push a band of showers into the state. And let me just say, next week the pattern is very active and complex, and you're going to see a lot of these models changing from day to day, and it's going to be hard to resolve the timing of these waves a week in advance. But at the moment, the GFS suggesting a chance of showers statewide on Tuesday. Wednesday, got a big cold vortex over the northeast United States, and let's look at the surface here. This is the busiest travel day of the year, Thanksgiving Eve. And again, really no major storms are showing up here. We note the chance of snow for Nebraska, some scattered snow for parts of the northeast United States, but down here at the moment, Wednesday looks dry with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s, which is seasonal here. So this is Thanksgiving Day, and this is coming off the European, by the way. and it looks dry. But understand the runs yesterday showed a soaking. Now it's bone dry, and that's the deal. You'll see this thing flip-flopping a lot in coming days. We'll get a better grasp on it by Sunday and Monday. But at the moment, these particular model runs are looking dry for Thanksgiving Day with highs in the 50s and 60s across the state. So this is out 10 days. This is Black Friday, Friday the 29th. Northwest flow aloft, and evidence rain can be north of the state, but for now we're still looking dry. But I would not be shocked if we saw some rain toward the latter half of next week. But again, we'll get much better resolution here coming soon. And again, here's a good example of how the models are struggling with a pattern here. This is the rain for Birmingham off the European ensemble. If you watched this yesterday afternoon, the mean was about 3.5 inches. Well, now the mean has dropped under 2 inches. Between now and the 5th of December. So again, complex, uncertain pattern here. Temperatures coming off the national blend of models for Birmingham, mid-60s today, low 50s by Friday. So again, if you're in North Alabama, you'll probably stay in the 40s all day Friday. Lows in the mid-30s Friday morning, Saturday morning, and Sunday morning. I think the coldest morning will be Saturday. That's when the sky will be clear, the wind will be light. And a number of spots in North Alabama could see 20s. Then we bounce back to 71 on Monday. And then cooler air comes back. And on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, at the moment, the NBM showing 59 for the high, 45 for the low Thursday morning. But understand that could change. And the latest long-range guidance, and I'll say it is brutally cold up north. Very cold. Again, we've seen a minus 30 at Fairbanks. And that cold air's got to move, and this is suggesting it's going to be over the northern and western states. And again, we're in the orange here, but again, with this pattern, I wouldn't trust these longer-range outlooks. That could change. So a lot of people noted a purple sky with a little purple rain falling late yesterday. This was taken at Marbury down in Autauga County, around Pine Level. And what happens here sometimes after a lot of rain, and as you still got light rain and the sun is going down, you get that low sun angle, and the sunlight is scattered because of the raindrops and particulates that happen to be kicked up by the rain. And when the sunlight is scattered, you can see different shades at sunset like this. For some people, they saw pink. For some people, they saw purple like this. But that can happen after a rainy day like yesterday. But pretty cool. And again, I always tell people, look up even if it's raining. You never know what you're going to see. But goodness gracious, what a soaking yesterday. This is just one example. This was a rain gauge in Center Point, just northeast of Birmingham. 2.73 inches there. And we love our sky watchers. Goodness gracious, they are so helpful. We got a big team across the state, and they report via Slack every day. And if you've got a rain gauge, and if you want to help us or instruments, or if you just want to help us with storm spotting, send me a note. We'll get you plugged in here. But those are some totals yesterday. Up at the top, Justin Gentry, who's down in Jemison with 2.06. Chris Gardner in Fayette, 2.68. Ronald Hughes. Ronald's been at it for a long time. Ronald had about 2 inches in Coker. That's west of Tuscaloosa. Austin Keith in Mountain Brook, 2.35. Rick Crouch in Rimlap, Blount County, 2.47. And John Talbot, John is, we call John the mayor of the Sky Watchers. He's been doing it longer than anybody else. He's good. John's out in Hueytown. He had 2.52. And some of his associates there reporting Coach Ben, which is up in Etowah County, 3.16. So very, very beneficial rain we saw yesterday. Today headed to Sand Rock up in Cherokee County. I'll be at Sand Rock this morning for a weather program there. Then doing a program down at Alabama Power Company, the headquarters in downtown Birmingham, for a seminar they've got going today. Then tomorrow going to be at Hubbardville, Fayette County, home of the Lions. Friday going to Alexandria Elementary School, home of the Valley Cubs. And then Friday night, we will be in Cullman for the Cullman Christmas Parade. Bundle up. It's going to be cold, but that's the way it ought to be for a Christmas parade. We're going to stream that live on the various ABC 3340 platforms. I'll actually be calling the parade with Sarah Snyder. And I don't think I've ever done that before. we'll see how that works out. But it's going to be a lot of fun. That's an amazing production. The Coleman Christmas stuff, it's just good. It's great. So again, I hope to see a lot of folks in Coleman. Don't forget to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.